Welcome. On this channel, I do unscripted, unedited videos about Linux programming and stuff. If you're new to the channel, check out the links in the video description. Picking up where I left off. Not much different than the last two videos, really. Trying to do a little prompt engineering here to kind of build the base of this, the Linux server, the game server with epoll, but I'm also really trying to just learn epoll, so kind of experimenting. It gave me, Gemini gave me a hint as to like it maybe not handling errors right in one of the versions, one of the iterations, and I tried to update the prompt to handle that situation, and now it just builds broken code. And so I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and remove that extra error handling I tried to add to it. And then just kind of focus on learning epoll as opposed to unsuccessfully trying to prompt for something that I don't really understand what I'm trying to do. So first thing is let's make a copy of the folder and then drop into that folder. Let's make sure and remove the response because I don't want to, everything else will get replaced, but the response, just in case I don't download it, I don't want to submit it back into Git. So let's take a look at the problem text, which is this line right here. So Gemini indicated to me in one of the previous prompts that I had done that it was possible to get an epoll in after an epoll up, and which hang up, and the code I was looking at, to me, looked very much like it wasn't handling that situation. And so I was trying to prompt it to correct that. And what we ended up with is clearly a situation where it was trying to read at the wrong time because it was getting the getting 0 bytes read, trying to read certain messages. It might be because I wasn't, it wasn't doing something conditionally, but what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to remove that prompt, and let's just see if we can get back to working code. And if we can, then I'm just going to dive in and learn more about epoll. So we'll regenerate the code without that line in there. That was really the only change between this and a previous version, the previous working version. So thinking slow. Gemini, I've generally been pretty happy with the results, but the super fast, it's not. But it does give pretty solid results. I'm sure if I had half a clue how epoll worked, I'd have been able to correctly prompt for what I needed, or understand if I was even doing anything remotely correct. I feel I probably wasn't. Okay, so let's start downloading these pieces. Let's go find the top of this. We need message.h. So there's an explainer. Here's message.h. It probably didn't change. We will save it anyway. Here we get server.c. It almost certainly changed. Actually, this thing tends to change them every run. It's never quite the same. This is client.c. This will be makefile. And then we have server dot. See, it doesn't even stick with the same names. That was server flow dot before. I hate this switching back and forth to the, and this is client flow dot, which it didn't even give me last time. So, yep, client dot, and then let's actually run these. So generating the client. And can't open server dot. Oh crap. So we, I don't know what folder we were changing there, but what we're going to do is, we certainly weren't modifying 48. Which is what we want to do. So we're going to re-download those. So we'll just do bottom up here. This is client dot. Oh, and I need to be in the right. Did I just do that in the last one? Where I made the change, but downloaded. I didn't. Oh, that is exactly what I did. Okay, so before we go any further, let's first download these. So I'm going to go back to the top. I actually do want to recheck. I want to reuse prompt 47 to see if we never tested it because I downloaded it to the folder that I wasn't in. Very easy way to confuse myself. I didn't quite understand why the behavior was exactly the same. So let's first save these. So I'm going to save message.8. We're now saving them in prompt 48 folder. So this is message.h. And I would have never have known that if I had closed Chrome in between here. It would have, I think, forgot. Maybe not. It might be in the cookie. So there, that was message.8. Now we're going to do server.c again, making sure that we're in video 48, and this is server.c. And then we want client.c. That is such a bummer. Burned up probably 20 minutes of time for, kind of no purpose at all. There we go. And I bet you somebody will be watching the videos and be like, but. And I can't hear you when you do that, unfortunately. So this is the make file. And then this will be the server dot. And this will be client dot. And that is all the file pieces. Now let's just actually make clean, I'll just let it make everything. Error comparison of integer with SS size t. Is SS size t a real thing? Oh, sign size t. And this is happening on 193 of server. 190. Oops. Comparison. Size t blah blah blah, size t blah blah, while remaining is greater than or equal, and it is size of is it telling me to use SS size t? So what is message header? I'm not going to fix it. I am going to go back and test the previous one first. So we're going to jump back. We're going to jump back to video 47. The prompt is right. I'm almost positive. Yeah, so I tried to make it less specific than the previous one. This is the prompt I want. So we're going to grab that prompt. We're going to do an all new session with Gemini here. We're going to say, hey, regenerate. I never tested this code. I might have it say, I mean, I might unintentionally have the code currently saved in 40. I must have it in 46, and I must have overwritten the code that was there for 46 because I committed something, I think. Okay, we'll investigate that in a minute. First, let's just rerun this. While it's doing that, I can look at the other, see if I can fix the error. So CD back into 48. So in function handle client data, we have different signedness. So where are we using, which is which? I'm guessing this is the SS S size T, and that this is the so Vim, and so this is on 193. I need to set things up to trim white space, empty lines. 193. Remaining bytes is bytes read, which has to be signed, but the only thing we're checking here is if it's greater than the message header size. But the message header size is unsigned. So can it be as easy as and also is remaining bytes, where is it coming from? Remaining bytes. So we're setting it from bytes read. Which is assigned size T. And read is, so my guess is -1 is a valid man3 read. Man read. Return values on success, on error -1. 193. So I mean, I could just cast it. Remaining, maybe I should. While remaining bytes is greater than the size. So at this point, we're only caring if it's remaining bytes. So again, is it greater than message header size? Is it greater than equal to... So here it casts it right. Why doesn't it not cast it right here? I don't really understand why it did that. Make, yeah, just make everything. And then split the windows. And then run the server. And run the client. And sending multiple things, everything's happy. Let's split down again and create another client, and multiple clients running. The server's not outputting enough log info, but that's fine. So this one does seem to work. That was the goal. But the new thing I'm doing is this is I'm regenerating what should be 47. So let's make sure we're in the 47 folder. Video 47 and make clean. And then let's download all these pieces. Actually, let's go here and let's capture this response as the full thing. So copy the markdown, and then we're in video 48. So vim response.md is all of that. And now let's go to 0047 cd video 0047, and that is this one. Let's first capture the same thing, all of it. So 46 might still be messed up, but I'm not going to go that far back and regenerate things. But vim response markdown, copy this one, so we have that response. Now let's grab all the files and see if we manage to... so there's a chance that this one just fixed the problem. So we have to make sure we're in 47. That was what I screwed up the first time. Message.h. I really do need a command line tool for this, and I need to investigate if it exists. Certainly you have the API and it could be made. So this is server.c. This is going to be client.c. This is going to be the make file. And this will be, which one is this? This wants server dot. And this one wants client doc. Okay, and so if I drop over here, I'm in 47. I do a make clean, probably already did that, and a make. Why is it doing It lost its brains. Warning. So I would have to fix the macro that it's using in both of those. That doesn't work. So that code might have never, well, that's what the prompt generated this time. It may have generated something completely different before. And I understand, okay, so let's look at the prompt. I added, Seaground, make liberal use of, I'm going to change this, make liberal use of puts debugging, puts logging. Changing the, I don't want to go figure out how to fix its macro. Instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to regenerate it. This is just a test to see if this version works and deals with the problem. I loosened up this is the one where I loosened up the language so that I wasn't guiding it so tightly about how to address the error, hoping that it would get a correct response on its own so I could see it. But my guess is, well, we'll see what happens here. My thinking right now is I just need to do a few prompts to get some educational material around epoll, how to use epoll most effectively, read it, compare that to basically then just rewrite my own epoll loop. Okay, let's start downloading these quick. So this is message.h and it needs to go into 47. So we're in the right place. Server.c. I don't see its log macro in here. Can't download it until it's done. So we're up a little over 4K tokens, just barely. Did it finish that one and move on, or did I miss something? Yeah, I did. So here is the server. And then here is client. And then just to be sure, we'll get the make file. And I'm not going to mess with the dot files until after. Start the server. Start the client. Yeah, okay, so this one works. And there was something about the way that I tried to tell it to handle the error that was just wrong. So this is the working version that I want to work with. It presumably is handling the error. We'll understand when we investigate the code, because, you know, I mean, that text is there. So so if we look at the prompt, it was this line that I added, right? So what it had informed me before is that you can get in at the same time you can have the epoll hang up, but you can also have extra data that you can have another event that's there with data, right? And so you need to read it, not to drop data on the floor. Although maybe it just doesn't matter now that I'm thinking it through, right? If it hung up, I don't really need to process that last message. I can just throw it away. So I was chasing down the wrong direction the whole time. It hung up. Throw its shit away. I just ignore that last message, half done or not. That is just the much cleaner way to go with it. Anyway, we potentially can decide how to handle that when I actually look at this code, which at this point will be in the next video now. I did just do video 48 and the prompt for it, but we're actually going to end up picking up the code from, well, we'll probably look at the two of them together. We'll pick up 47. That will probably be the basis for the actual game's main loop, at least for now. So again, at this stage, I just want a single thread that is reading, that is listening for connections, with the message processing right in that thread in line. But where we're going to go probably is we'll have a thread that is listening for, ideally what I would want is a couple of threads listening for messages, putting the messages on a queue for some workers to process them. Ideally, I think, but I don't really know. Anyway, I'm going to call this one good for this video, and we'll pick these things up and work on them in the next video.